Material Components, Season 3. Prelude number 1. Then. Greetings and welcome to Material Components, the actual play RPG show all about the threads of fate and the players bound in them. I am your humble dungeon master, Mike Gargoni, and joining me, as always, are my stalwart adventurers. Hey adventurers, thanks for being here.
Oh, no worries.
Yeah.
Happy to be here on the Punch Up Entertainment Network.
Greetings and salutations.
A lot of love. A lot of love here tonight.
Hey, everybody. I am Olivia, and tonight I will be playing Tirza.
I am Elliot, and tonight I am playing Cherish Ironstrike.
I am Michael, and tonight I am playing Sidian Emberlight.
I'm Reed, and I'll be playing Grawl.
And I am Cole, and I will be playing Then.
Indeed. Then is a name we have not heard before. And in fact, it is a name that few have heard before. What an odd name it is. Because then, what is the last thing you remember?
From when?
What an interesting rebuttal to that question. What is the last thing you remember most recently?
I suppose a question would be, have I just found myself in the Royal?
What is the last thing you remember most recently?
I remember falling.
And what is the last thing you remember before that?
I remember being walked up the side of a mountain.
And what is the last thing you remember before that?
I remember Sigil.
And the first time, what is the last thing you remember?
I remember destroying the valley.
There is a city with many doors. Endless thoroughfares. Endless emptiness. You've been to this city before, then. You've walked its lonely streets. You've felt the presence of the haunted matron which still stalks the mazes here. It's different this time. It is porcelain and blue-gray in every direction. It is populated in a way that is frightening in its intensity. The number and sprawl of individuals laid out before you is shocking in just its sheer volume. And from the nape of every neck of each individual sapient creature you see is a thread moving up and away. And as you stare up at the first thread, you see focused in front of you a human man frozen in place, blue porcelain sheen in perfect stillness. That thread cast upward. You see more and more and more threads winding into an endless, ceaseless web of interconnective lines that all meet because, like you know, Sigil has no beginning and no end. It is the interior of a circular tube, the likes of which is not found anywhere else in the multiverse. And so, as these threads rise up from the individuals on the streets of Sigil, you see that the same is true along the curvature of the interior of this circular shape. So all the threads meeting at a central point, crisscrossing, seemingly disappearing into themselves as they become this dense band of light that moves around in a circle at the center of the interior of this city of doors. It is bright and cacophonous, and there's almost too much information to take in because you remember and remember and remember and remember. And that coalescing of information is hard to process. But you remember your name, a name, at least one name, and it's the most recent one that sticks. Ven?
I think Ven is not a name I've ever had, but something new.
And it coalesces in this time, this place that is both timeless and placeless. For a brief moment, this blue, this gray, this porcelain sheen over everything is familiar and terrible. And a single word burns in your mind once you get past the ven of it all, and that is the word cage. You saw outside the bars of that cage more than once. You destroyed that cage at least once, or helped anyway. But that cage kept getting rebuilt over and over and over again, and the name Zenerva Arcantol is burned along the outside of that cage because she is the one who maintained it. She is the one who kept building it, and she is the one who kept putting you back in it. But as you assume all of this knowledge, all of this information, you feel the ground beneath you fall away, and you immediately plummet down, down, down. Now there is darkness and blackness. There is nothing. Your perception of Sigil, of that frozen, still place full of people, is gone. Pulled away from you as you plunge into an ocean of inky blackness. Then you find yourself on another frozen plain, blue and still. Forms collate around you, and you see a form at the center. Cherish Ironstrike, what are you doing right now?
Leaning against a decrepit wall in one of the countless, endless, just crumbled, forgotten cities of Maladomini, there is a purple tiefling with perfectly coiffed, dark hair, smartly dressed, smoking a cigarette and looking on to a large hand coming up out of the ground, made of the same earth beneath it, and it is tightly grasping another tiefling that looks like it could be her sister, slowly crushing the life out of this other tiefling. And as Cherish watches on, her keen mind knows that this other tiefling is on her last legs, and she dismisses the earthen hand. The body falls to the ground, broken, crumpled in a heap. She takes another drag off of the cigarette, and blowing the smoke out of her nose, she says, Imole, and the body bursts into flames, engulfed. And as this other tiefling dies, it is reduced to ash.
And then you see this frozen tableau in blue porcelain as a figure burns a version of themselves on the ground, the earthen hand having discarded this broken body, the flames themselves captured in this moment of still blue porcelain. You know this tiefling in a way that you can't quite grasp. The memories are too much. There's too much noise and information all coming in at the same time. But there's something about the eyes that trigger you in some way. There's something about the callous demeanor in which their kind of over-the-shoulder gesture at the death that they are causing that you find so familiar. Your memories of the last cycle are muffled. You perceived things in a way that you're only now coming to terms with. It wasn't your own perceptions that you were aware of the world. It was through the mind of another that you were bound to. Is that how you know this person? Is that how you know this tiefling? You're not sure. All you know is you see that silver cord extending out the nape of her neck. A thread. And something compels you to reach out and touch it.
I do.
And cherish a nightmare sensation jerks behind your navel. Something pulling you into a cold, blue-gray place that still haunts your nightmares from Maker festivals long since past.
Mm-hmm.
And then you fall through inky blackness again, crashing through the world, down, 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 and away, and eventually you find yourself on a vast, open place. And Grawl, where do we find you?
We find Grawl sharpening the blade of his halberd, getting ready for another jaunt out, another expedition. Taking the time, slowly making sure the edge of the blade is as sharp as he could possibly get it. Looking around, letting other people go about their business. He finds himself in the blacksmith shop, reminding himself of earlier times, of certain individuals who had taken care of him in years before. It is a large gladiatorial arena. He has his own room, but he likes being around other people. He doesn't find that he enjoys being alone.
And who are these other people around?
There are passersby. There are individuals. One would be another pale-skinned looking individual, wearing golden armor, also wielding a halberd. Another one, small, red-skinned, youthful looking, boyish looking clothes. Another being a man covered in furs and plate armor. And then finally another with marble-looking skin, minding their own business, kicking back, writing something down.
And these are all hobgoblins?
Seemingly so.
Mm-hmm. And there is a familiar cast to them.
They all crack jokes. They all seem to have a similar cadence in their speech. All talking about grabbing something to eat later.
Mm-hmm.
But why later? Why not now?
Why not now? In stark contrast to the way in which the tiefling treated her double, this new vision then is of individuals of a familial bent seemingly enjoying some form of camaraderie in between bouts of action. You can sense the tension in their frozen movement as they are, like, cajoling one another in various states of good-natured ribbing. The one at the center is a figure you don't recognize. There's almost an absence in your perceptions of this person. You see the threads of these individuals, the silver cords moving away from them, but all seemingly converging at a stronger, thicker silver cord, more vibrant, almost humming, coming from this central individual with a halberd. You feel compelled to reach out to it.
How strong is the compulsion?
You feel drawn to it like someone out in the cold drawn to a flame.
Well, then I don't think I can resist.
And there is a hum to that cord that is much stronger than the one you touched before. You sense many echoes coming together into a chorus here as you touch this, and then you fall, and fall, and fall, and fall. Where does Sid Emberlight find himself?
You know what's funny about what Ben was just doing? Falling and falling. Sid also finds himself falling and falling. He is free falling so many miles above the Royal. Just hair whipping, or wind whipping his long auburn hair. A slight grin is cocked on his face as he looks at his target, which is a flying airship slowly traveling below where his intended target is. When he gets close enough to the sail, he pulls out his rapier and drives it into the sail and drags it all the way down, hoping the momentum of doing this, hoping his momentum will stop. He doesn't fully know. He didn't really think about it too much when he jumped, but he rides it all the way to the ground, gets the wind knocked out of his chest. He lays there for a couple of seconds, just sort of gathering his composure. He pulls himself up, dusts himself off, looks around. Somehow nobody noticed. That's a lucky thing for him. I suppose I could describe how he's dressed. He's got a sort of a emerald green sort of like leather vest. He's got a long billowy white shirt underneath with a high collar. He's got sort of these golden shoulder pauldrons and a side cape on his left side, and knee-high boots, because who doesn't love knee-high boots? They're so fashionable. He puts his sword away. The rapier he's using is not Stormpiercer. Stormpiercer he has on his back in a sheath. So he then starts to sneak, and he sneaks below deck, past several individuals. He moves like a shadow, until he finds the room that he's looking for. He enters the room and finds an elven man tied up, and he kneels down in front of this man, and he says, "Hello, my name is Sidian Emberlight, and I'm here to save you." And that is where we find him.
Then you find yourself below decks on what is clearly a royal craft of some kind or another, an airship.
Mm-hmm.
This man, now very clearly a young man, edging towards maturity, is kneeling down before this other individual tied to a chair. You see, there is perhaps some familial similarity here. There is maybe something in the line of the chin or the gleam of the eye that speaks of a distant relation, maybe uncle to nephew, maybe somewhere in that vein. Something of the father is in both of them. That is what you know. There is yet another scene here of a slight smirk, a gleam in his eye. There is trouble in that face that is serving as a mask to some deeper, gnawing doubt. His silver cord is brighter than the others. It seems to have a slight ghostly quality to it, an effervescence that hovers around the cord in a way you can't quite discern. There is what you can see, and then there is something beyond. Something that you cannot touch, despite your compulsion to do so.
Reaching up, do I find a cord above me?
You do. It is darker than the one in front of you. The young man has a silver cord leading off into the infinite blue above you, and yours seems to drift aimlessly, as though caught in a wind.
I take a moment and I start to coil it up.
It's not something you can really interact with.
Okay. In not being able to interact with that one, I suppose I would continue towards the compulsion. This is also new.
As you grow closer, you definitely recognize something of this young man. There's something to his qualities, and the qualities of the individual tied up in the chair, that is surprisingly familiar. You've seen members of this family before, you know, over and over again, perhaps over several lifetimes. But you've definitely seen his kind before. But as you reach out yet again, you are falling. But this time you get the distinct sense that you are falling up. Tirza, where do we find you?
So I think the scene coalesces into a moment of not perfect stillness, but quiet. It's like a thick, rich, jungled or forested area, dark, dusky almost, and there is some sort of, it's like there's some sort of like hulking beast in the undergrowth, and as the camera lens kind of focuses in on it, it is like something. There's like something wrong with it. Like it's a beast maybe of this forest, but there's something, it looks diseased almost or plagued. And the second that kind of knowledge comes to your awareness, it lifts its like big bulbous head and like looks off into the forest or the jungle, and all of a sudden like 4 or 5 different shapes like leap out of the underbrush at it. And one of those shapes is Tirza astride it's a like charger-esque warhorse. Unlike the way that Carrie was like the night, like a starry night sky, this is like a cloudy, kind of like ever-shifting, I don't know, like a storm cloud, essentially. And occasionally, as this charger runs, like little flashes of lightning kind of appear. Tirza is dressed in all black, sort of leather armor, so light, with little, it's like got chased gold all over it. And these 4 or 5 figures of which Tirza is one, begin to chase this beast like through the forest. And it clearly knows its way better than anyone here. It's like zigging and zagging through the underbrush like this is its home. And eventually these figures start to fall away until it's just Tirza and her charger and one other figure, which she whistles to lowly, and it almost seems to like coalesce out of the shadow and then descend back into shadow again, and it is a great black hound. And eventually the two of them find themselves with this beast in a clearing, and Tirza like does a running slide like off the charger, brings out sword, and begins to battle this beast along with her this like night black shadow hound, until eventually she gets like a slash across the face, and the dog gets flung off, and eventually she manages to score enough blows that this thing is like wounded and bleeding, and like black bile and blood is like spilling onto the ground. And she takes one final swing at it, and her sword begins to glow with radiant energy as she divine smites it and cuts the thing in half.
And just as your blade is about to strike the creature, a vision of blue-gray nightmare transfixes you, Tirza.
Right. Good.
Your sword slides off the statue creature, and you stumble forward, suddenly the world without momentum and yours continuing. And then you find yourself confronted with Tirza standing upright and looking around at the terrible nightmare vision of this frozen landscape around you. Tirza, you're still moving, and you see this. Then please describe yourself as you appear behind the person wearing these light leather armors and tattered purple cloak.
A question for you, Mike.
Mm.
I have just recently, apparently, come into being.
What have you?
Or have I always been here?
What a good question.
Then this person appears human, stands about 5'6" tall. They have a dark tanned skin with no hair on their head, the lightest of eyebrows. Their eyes are a brilliant blue, but it shifts ever so slightly as they look at you. This person's whole figure shifts slightly as they look at you. Their features may be slightly moving towards your own for the briefest of moment before sliding back to this resting state. They wear, apparently, a set of white and black pseudo-plasticized leather clothing, a long coat, boots with many straps. They have headphones on their head. They have a slight confused look to them. And they carry, almost absent-mindedly, in both hands, in the left hand, a well-worn leather journal, and in the other hand, a thin piece of stone.
And Tirza, you immediately recognize that journal.
I wondered if I had.
You don't know why this person is carrying a book whose last owner you know died in the Tempest Rest Valley. You saw him die. You watched as his body burned away, and the last you saw of Jeremiah Payne was an arm that was severed off at the last moment to save what you could of him before he was consumed by crimson hellfire.
A question for Olivia. Is there any sign of the cloak?
There isn't.
Okay.
Not on her.
Okay. Hello?
Hello? Sword is still up. I feel like the end of it like tremors slightly and then solidify, like becomes solid again. And you are?
And the figure appears to have to think for a moment. Gal, no. Then, nodding, eventually, like, coming to a decision, perhaps? Deciding on what is reality? I'm Ven this time. Who are you?
Tirza? Did you do this?
Around you, there is a jungle that is frozen in blue-gray porcelain. The two of you are the only ones with any distinct colors and motion.
Are you redless?
There's a memory. No, I know this. I know that. No. He told me. It told me I had one, but it was loose. Pulled free. I'm sorry, there's too much.
You remember the first time a dark crystalline hand grabbing a silver cord and pulling it free of the universe, and that memory is gone in an instant.
Is it the witch? She'll sheath her blade. Is she back?
The Witch of the Triple Helix? No.
Bro,
No,
I don't know.
she's not the enemy, but she is the cage keeper. But we were the cage keepers.
You're Jarashir.
Are you?
What a loaded question.
Yes, I am Jarish. I was always Jarashir. Every time.
I've run into other Jarashir before, right?
The Royal is a strange place, that is to be sure. What you're coming to discover is that the mortals who have begun reappearing in this place are not necessarily the people from your valley.
That they once were.
You know, based on your last few discussions with the old mage there at the end, that the valley has been iterated upon several times. People from many versions of the Tempest Rest Valley have begun populating the multiverse at this point. A lot of them have memories of things you don't remember happening in the valley because you weren't alive when that happened.
Yeah, it didn't happen when I was there, yeah.
Sometimes there are Jarashir.
Yeah, okay.
Sometimes the Jarashir you meet are very different than the Jarashir you grew up with.
That's why I said it was a loaded question.
Mm-hmm.
The first time I remember I was from Utbari.
Well then, welcome, then sibling, and I will reach out for like a hand clasp.
It would return it, just instinctively.
And you both fall as soon as you touch.
Cool. Neat.
Your
Good
feet
handshake.
slamming onto cobblestones. You find yourselves in well, at least for one of you, a familiar square. There's a fountain at the center. Tirza,
Yeah.
to your right and to your left, you see Cherish, Grawl, Sid. Across the square from you are 4 others. To your left and to your right, adjacent to you, 4 others and 4 others. At least one face you see in the near distance is the frozen porcelain features of Lucrezia, frightened and alone. Before the cult, before the chains, before the fire that consumed her. Across from you, you see a familiar minotaur and gnome and tiefling and eladrin. but your friends to your left and to your right are also frozen in that same blue-gray porcelain, and you and Ven stand here. Ven, a fifth, wasn't here before. Ven, you seeing the city square in the middle of, you know this, Stormhaven, the city at the center of things. Stormhaven is a city every time you remember. There are changes, there are differences, but almost always there is a city at the center of things.
We built
and
it.
This is there.
We built it differently every time.
The sprawl would shift, but it would sprawl nonetheless.
They were this one with the horns and this one with the sword and the tiefling. I saw them just after. I'm sorry. There is so much all at once, always.
You saw them all just now. The three of them.
Or later?
Are they the way you described it, Mike, are they duplicated across the square? No.
No. But you remember the first Maker Festival.
Yeah.
where
And
there
these
were
look
others.
and these look like those.
Those memories are so far gone, so hazy in the past now that
It's like, who
you
knows?
struggle to remember the faces of those people who were first drawn into the Skane Witch's machinations. There are faces that are distinct that you know for sure. Judah, Cambion,
Mhm.
Valor, even
But I mean, they're like the young.
even Delilah.
Yeah.
No, they're how you last remember them.
Oh God.
Are
Right. Well,
the
I'm gonna Van, I'm gonna grab your hands and I'm going to pull you over towards the frozen Cherish, and I'm gonna say, you touched my hand and that's why we came here, and I'm going to put your hand onto Cherish's face.
she
And
was
Cherish-
burning herself.
Ven, do you resist this, I guess?
I'm gonna guess that Tirza's strength is so high that I can't physically
You
resist it.
this.
The irresistible grip of Tirza forces your hand onto Cherish's face.
Hey, guess what? My strength is 20 now.
Yeah,
Woo!
my strength is 10.
Yeah.
Same.
Cherish, the last thing you remember. What is the last thing you remember? You remember a city. It's always been the city. And as you come back to this place, you have memories of your time in the Royal and elsewhere. But now you're here, and you always come back here when you sleep. There are always nightmares of this place, of this square. Did you ever really leave?
Lila's
But there's a strange person with their hand on your face, with Tirza's indomitable grip forcing it there.
So, do I come in looking like how I described?
Yes, absolutely.
Yeah, okay.
After a moment, you, remember the last version of yourself that you just destroyed, but this pulling into consciousness is so shocking, so sudden, that it interrupted your brain flow for a moment.
Yeah. I think the cigarette falls out of her mouth, and she, quickly, takes a hop step backwards, and is, immediately in, a stance to cast some sort of spell.
Fireball.
Yeah. Immediately. What is the meaning of this?
It worked! Ven, go touch those two!
Tirza?
He doesn't seem happy. I saw you. You burned the other one.
Yeah. Well...
Another... Oh. Another cherish?
Will pick up the cigarette off the ground and, like, crush it, like, inflaming it till it's like, ash. Will press to digitate it off and then reach into her, like, hip pouch and light another cigarette. Like, okay, alright, it's okay.
Do you, quick question, do you light it with, like, flame coming out of the tip of your finger?
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay, yeah,
Oh, God.
100%.
Yeah.
There's, well, Tirza, you saw a lot more than we thought there were. All of them running around pretending to be me, so someone's got to take care of that.
That tracks? Quick.
How are we... That's not important. What are we doing here?
This is Ven. I don't know.
Hello.
Okay. Ben.
You are familiar.
Do you live in the City of Brass? That's probably where you would have seen me.
No, I don't think. No, none of the times I went to the City of Brass. I went to Sigil, at least the last time, and the first time.
They're awfully confused at the moment.
Ven kind of looks up at you, Cherish, and like briefly starts to gain like golden freckles before they like disappear.
Cherish will remember this.
Cherish, give me an insight check.
Insight check.
Oh, I should do this. I'm very good at those.
Every time. That is an 8. Actually, that is a 20.
As the face ripples and changes, like ever so slightly, for the briefest moment, the features, before they settle back into Ven's kind of neutral, there is a strange in-between period, like those strange morphs in the middle of the Animorphs covers.
I'm
like
familiar. Oh,
not-
yes, my
not
favorite
quite-
YA novels.
Mhm. But in that transitionary period, there are features there that probably still haunt you because of the implications of his existence, and the name Atticus Carter floats across your mind as those features drift back and away.
Cherish's fist will clench. Take a deep breath. Okay.
Ven, you should touch one of them now. Then I'm gonna just wave my hands at the boys.
Where's the rest of the hobgoblin? There were so many more last time. There were at least 5 others.
We're hobgoblins.
No, the same one, just more. indifferent.
Well, I don't
Like
I
the
don't know
different
anything
times.
about that. You should just
Ven just like reaches out and like pokes Grawl's shoulder.
And Grawl, you're back in the square, because of course you're back in the square. Why wouldn't you be back in the square?
God
It
damn
all
it.
ends up back here.
Like, he's got his halberd in his hands. He looks up because he was in a sitting position, and then he pops in a like still sitting position, but nothing to sit on, and falls backwards. All right, very funny. Who? Start looking around. Jesus, Tirza, Cherish. It goes in for
I
like
see.
big hugs just immediately.
Just like,
Yeah.
okay.
Oh yeah.
Tirza returns it. It's hardy. She has 20 strength now.
Oh, perfect. Hey, I also have 20 strength. It is
Hell
returned in
yeah.
kind. Yeah, strong high
Crack,
five.
crack.
We just smoosh Cherish between the two of us.
How much taller is Tirza now?
The cloak would not touch the ground anymore.
But as before, like, I think Tirza's head might not have come up to Grawl's sternum. Has there been a change? in
Oh
that?
no, she's still very short. She's still
Okay.
only about 5'5".
Okay.
Yeah. She's kind of she can get low, lift a little bit.
I use the halberd and I like use it to wrap around the two of you and then grab the other end to kind of like.
That's bad. That's not good.
It's
That's-
effective. My arms aren't as long. Just two
safe.
people. Okay. Okay. The blade's on the outside. You're fine. Okay. Would you mind explaining what's going on here? Because this is old. We did this.
Absolutely no idea.
Oh, good,
This is
good,
Ven.
good.
Where's the rest of you?
Busy. They're busy. We were getting lunch. That work for you? Yeah, yes, we were busy.
That makes sense.
It does, yeah. We're very, very busy nowadays. And you are Ven.
Hi.
Do I know you?
I don't know. The last one is fuzzy. It got all muddled.
It's okay, it happens sometimes. Goes for a handshake.
Like, does a Jarashir handshake.
Good. Oh, Tirza taught you this already. Wow, she works fast.
Oh, no. I knew this.
I don't do
Way
that
before.
conversion thing anymore.
I did this
Oh.
way before.
Oh,
I did this the first time. And every time after that. Yeah.
How old are you, if you don't mind me asking?
I don't. Ooh. I don't think that you can really quantify that.
I probably can't.
I don't think I can quantify that.
Oh, that big. Okay. Well,
I
to meet
remember
you.
at least 100 times.
I see. Well, you might as well wake Sid up. I don't want to explain it more than once.
Poke.
What was I in the middle of, Mike? What was I doing?
You were in the middle of rescuing your uncle.
No. What? Where did Ligorian? Where did he go? Where did he go? I turned to you guys. Where did he go?
I think he's on
Where
the
did-
ship.
Right. Where am I? Am I on the ship?
You're here.
We're
No.
in Stormhaven.
Look around. You're in Stormhaven.
Oh,
Yes.
fuck! God damn it! Really?
Hi, I'm going to take care of this first. I'm Ven.
I didn't ask. Why are we
Oh,
here?
So
Big
he's
hug.
gotten worse.
Big hug.
Great.
Big hug.
What guy? I was rescuing somebody.
I pick you
Also-
up around the waist, up in the air, and I spin you around a little bit. Sid,
It's-
my boy, it is
It
so
is.
good to see you.
Grawl, it is good to see you are bigger now. You're very like
It's just armor.
You look
It's
good.
just
You
armor.
look-
Thank you.
Oh, okay. Well, no, I retract my compliment. Okay.
That's okay. That's okay. But I
Are
take it
we?
anyways.
Where are we? Why are we here? Sorry. I was in the middle of something really, really important. And wow. Okay. Hey, it's everybody. It's kind of like washing over him. Well, but you're new. What is your name? And
I'm
points to
Ven. I'm Ven this
Oh.
time.
Okay. This time. Great. Good. All right. Well,
Why is it
Did we-
blue-gray?
great question.
I was actually hoping, as I asked when we first met, that you could explain that to me.
I was in Sigil and it looked like this, and there were so many people. There were so many threads. And I looked up and I saw the cage in Sigil, and then I fell and I saw Cherish. And then I was drawn to the thread, and then to Grawl, and then to Sid. You have an interesting thread. The two of you actually have very interesting threads, Grawl and Sid. Yours is
Oh, thank you.
Grawl's. You
Okay,
by
yeah.
far have the largest thread.
Thank you. I've been training.
What, okay.
Wait.
But like, what does that even mean? Right? Like, what is that? Like, what is that?
I don't know.
Well, there
Wait, you
were at
said-
least 7 threads going into one.
Okay. That seems like a lot.
Weirdly
So some-
enough, that makes a little bit of sense to me.
But yours, Sidian,
Yeah. That's me.
Lyodon?
Emberlight. It's what? You're thinking of someone else.
What languages do you speak then?
Let's see. I took all the weird ones.
You got Sylvan and Primordial on there?
I have Primordial. Celestial, Common, Draconic, Infernal, and Primordial.
Okay. Then you would have a vague, like, Emberlight is just common for the word you said.
Got it. But your cord is, there's more to it. There's a glow. I couldn't touch the whole thing. There was more
that makes
there.
sense. There's a lot there. Yeah. It's glowing. Seems very important. Yeah, this makes sense. Yeah.
And then I
So-
saw Tirza. Your cord is normal. Same with you, Cherish.
Well, I think what's most interesting about that is that we have threads now.
Mm-hmm.
That is curious.
I reach, like, do we have threads on, like, sticking out of us right now?
Looking around, surrounded by the blue-gray porcelain of this place, you don't see any silver cords coming out of any of you. None of you do. You see them coming out of other individuals, even as you look around. This square in the Tempest Rest Valley in the city of Stormhaven, up at the northern end of Wyvern Lane, It is just as you remember it, every single time frozen in place during the Maker Festival. Every single time you saw frozen individuals in the city, even those times when you came to this place when it wasn't the Maker Festival. What you assumed to be some kind of strange fusion of the astral and ethereal planes, now you don't know, knowing what you know about the valley. Knowing what you know about what the old mage did to mortal kind for so long. You're not sure what this place is anymore. All you know is that here, you don't have threads. Out there, where Ven found you, you don't know. But here, in this place, you see the population of the city, presumably in attendance because there are threads reaching up from the cityscape around you. There are threads just here in the square to your left and to your right, groups of other people, one of which is a face all too familiar to you, though the last time you saw it, it was racked and ruined in the beginnings of a transformation wrought by the cult of Dahaka. Even the four across from you have threads reaching up into the infinite, strange colors of this place in the sky.
All right, so we find the Skane Witch, we take her out, we get out of here, right? Is that the spiel? Is that
Cherish
the whole thing?
rolls her eyes.
I don't know who this Skane Witch is.
The Skane Witches are just from the Bator Mechanis Concordance. There's
Right.
a ton of them.
They control the threads of fate, or weave them, at least.
I don't actually think that... actually, I guess that's a question, Mike. Like, would I, be able to reasonably come to the conclusion that they didn't make this place? They were just able to access it?
Yeah, absolutely. And
yeah.
Your time spent now more closely entrenched, at least associated with the BMC, though your day-to-day doesn't really do much with them, you would have access to some information, namely the fact that, yeah, Skane Witches have nothing to do with making this place.
Yeah.
They stumbled into it, saw it was an error in the tapestry of the multiverse, and tried to fix it in like a pre-programmed way that ended up drawing the rest of you in.
Yeah. They're basically just living anti-malware.
Oh. Virus protection. Okay.
What?
Like a
What are we talking
cult? What?
This all
Anyway.
makes sense to me.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, of course. 100%.
Inside check.
Don't need to.
I don't
Passed it.
need it.
I need everyone to roll perception checks.
That makes sense.
Don't mind if I do.
Oh, natural 20.
No.
Fantastic.
Opposite. Natural 1.
Ooh.
Whoa.
Got real close to that. I got a 2, which makes it a 9.
I rolled a 2, which makes it a what would that be? A 25.
Oh my god.
I
You rolled a
hate
2 and
fucking
got a
I
25. I rolled a
hate
natural
Christ
20 and got a
alive.
24.
Oh
No.
my god.
Brady.
That's
I got a
absurd.
19, but I cannot be surprised.
Okay, that's good.
Mm.
Grawl, what'd you get?
Oh, I got a 9.
9. Okay. Tirza, you got a natural 1?
I super did. I'm tickled.
You are, but you are also slightly stunned by the face you see at the edge of the square. And it completely derails your thought as, like, Cherish begins to explain kind of the nature of the skein witches. Because you see Netta frozen in place at the edge of the square. She is in mid-step, sort of reaching towards where your standing position would have been, a look of concern on her face, and she is frozen in place, her thread extending upward. She is not armored. She is wearing simple traveler's clothing with a long cloak draped over her shoulders and a large, like, bundle of what looks like 3 books strapped to her waist. It's a strange combination of the Netta you knew and the Netta you discovered from her past. Mm-hmm. The scholar met with the warrior.
With a natural 20, could I trace Tears' gaze?
No.
Okay.
Because
something
what you
more
notice,
important is happening.
and what Sid definitely notices,
of course,
is across the square behind the 4 individuals who are frozen there across from you, a thread just in the next street over goes from silver to black. And that's bad.
That's not good.
Yeah. Generally, that is not a good sign.
Sid, you've seen this happen before. Your first time here. Scrambling through these frozen streets. You know, at least before, you're not alone in this place. There are things out there in the frozen stillness that move quietly and silently, but are nonetheless looking for prey. And what you saw your first time here, there were the strange pale creatures that moved like maggots in this in-between space, but there was also one creature, if you want to call it that turned threads black. But you notice this thread in the distance change as Tirza's, like, rapt attention is drawn elsewhere, and Cherish continues to explain skein witch mechanics.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm. Yeah, that's really interesting. That just changed black over there, and I point at the thread.
Without having seen it change, it's almost impossible to see. Trying to point out a black thread in this blue-gray space among other silver cords going up into the sky.
I saw it too.
Oh, yes. New guy saw it. Okay.
What did we see?
I am not making this up. Yeah, a silver thread turned black.
Oh, of course.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Yeah.
So are we gonna kick its ass like old times?
Yes.
Or are we just gonna, okay.
Like old times? Do you remember last time? I don't
Right. I'm
recall
talking about
kicking its
other
ass.
ass kickings we'd like
Okay.
administered. Well, let's just focus it in on whatever this thing is now, for old times.
Last time we saw it was technically in Blue Gulch. And not all of us saw it.
No,
That was
that's
just
the last time I saw it.
Yeah.
With the vampire?
He's a simple country vampire.
Okay, did I miss
I can probably wait until later. Is it okay? Mike. Now that we're looking in the right direction, are there more is that happening again?
As you're looking, it happens again.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Cool. And I'm going to
and you see something moving behind a building, And by that I mean there's something taller than a building that is moving behind that building.
Cool. I'm walking that direction.
I'm gonna take this moment to focus really hard and make another growl. It takes a very long time. Just give me a bit. I gotta. Yeah.
What are you pooping?
Usually that it requires a willing partner, but in this case,
Growls just
Never in
subdivide.
Growl's case. Yeah.
yeah, Grawl. As this other Grawl appears, is it any different from the Grawl we see before us?
Yeah, the growl that comes that like a spectral form just slowly like shimmers and then just like you're taking somebody and copying pasting them, but as soon as you drag them over to like set them next to it, it immediately starts shifting into the form of a golden armored growl, also wielding a halberd.
Oh yeah. That was that one was there.
This is Grolso. This is Grolso.
Hey, I'm Grolso.
Oh,
that's
that's
Grolso.
Grolso.
That's Grolso.
Okay.
Yes.
That's
Gotcha.
Grawl, yes. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay.
High five.
Hi, girl. So I toss over my shoulder as I'm like striding across the square.
Oh shit, she's moving.
Right. Yeah. Okay.
I need everyone to roll initiative.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah.
That tracks.
Fucking go.
As Tirza strides across the courtyard, as the faces of your 4 other companions come into sharper focus, you see the creature that is striding out from behind the building. It is tall, nearly 30 feet tall, with strange joints on its limbs to make it appear as though it has goat legs, but it is all black and effervescent, shadows sloughing off of its shoulders and legs down to cloven feet that never quite coalesce into actual physical limbs touching the ground. It seems to just be striding in a thick mist around its feet made of coiling shadows. It has arms that are nearly down to like 2/3 of its body length that nearly trail at the ground with these long spindly fingers with too many points of articulation on them. Its shoulders are thin and deformed slightly, not looking as though the actual muscle mass, if muscle it even is, could support a creature this tall. And its head is like that of a deformed goat, with its muzzle mashed into its face or removed entirely, its lower jaw split and open at different points to create this kind of like weird buzzsaw effect of teeth rolling off of its jaw, and its curling black horns coming out to the side. Its eyes, and there are more eyes, and not in the right places or in the right number of numbers to either side of its face, glow with a terrible pale blue. And as it comes around the corner, still deadly silent, it regards the 4 of you and then, but its hand moves towards Camion's cord. And I would like to know who rolled a 20 to 25.
Before you begin this,
Hmm.
I just have a quick narrative question.
Sure.
As Tirza was taking off across the courtyard, does anyone think that they catch up to her in a reasonable amount of time?
I'd like to think that I do.
I think pretty good odds on Sid, yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
please add 5 to your initiative roll.
Uh-huh.
I mean, what's your speed?
My speed
So
is
30.
Oh, 30. Yeah.
But I was like, I mean,
Yeah.
this was just narrative because I was like already taking off across the.
God.
No,
Yeah.
I think
Tears is about at the midpoint near the fountain, and the rest of you were back a little ways, maybe about 15 feet.
Okay, yeah. If you're all still 15 feet off,
Yeah.
it's a 10-foot aura. So you don't need the help, Sid.
I don't. But yeah, okay. If I don't get it, fine.
All right.
Sure, we'll say Sid had the +5 because he also saw this thing coming.
Yeah.
So, 25 to 20.
That's funny. 31.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Go to hell.
That's also partially why I was like, oh yeah, just give it to Sid because he's going first no matter what.
I was like, oh yeah, I can't wait to get back to playing 5th edition characters. And oh wait, Sid's bullshit again.
Yeah.
What did Tirza get?
25.
25. Wow. Tirza distinctly not in the rearsa.
Wow.
Even though she ran off first. Still, wasn't the first one gone. A for effort, though.
Yeah.
All right. 20 to 15.
I rolled a 3, which means mine's a 16.
I'm sorry?
Yeah.
Your initiative?
Yeah.
Wait.
How do?
How?
I have a +8 to initiative, and I have the alert feat.
Okay.
How do you have a +8 to initiative?
That's actually
Your
a
dexterity's-
super... Actually, my
What is your
dexterity
dexterity?
is 17.
So that's +3
Three.
plus your...
Plus the alert feat would be 8.
Yeah. So it's just +8.
Oh, it's just that already calculates that
Yeah.
into the thing.
Yeah.
Okay, that's good to know. I thought it was additional. So 13. So never mind. I am not going
Okay.
yet.
Well, I was about to ask, 15 to 10.
14.
13. I kind of figured I'd be going last. I did roll a 3.
Well, I still haven't heard Ven speak up, so...
Oh, Ven's not coming to fight. No.
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 Didn't even roll initiative.
Oh, I did.
Okay.
Oh,
10 to
no.
5?
I'll be in
Wow. 5 to 0 and all numbers below?
4.
Okay.
That's pretty good. You got nowhere to go but up.
Rolled
Well,
a 2, added 2.
Yeah. Simple. Simple,
Nice.
easy math.
Uh-huh.
2 plus 2 equals initiative. Well, at the top of the round, Sid, you are in a large city square, one you are intimately, nightmarishly familiar with at this point. You've been here at least 7 times in your memory, and every time it has ended and begun with a skein witch. And the fact that there are none of those here this time is honestly both a relief and slightly upsetting because it lacks familiarity in that way.
Yeah. I don't
Instead, you have this creature made of living shadow and death striding into the square about 60 feet away from you. Its long, gangling arm reaching towards Camion's silver cord.
like it. All right, well. I draw both my rapier and I say, it's far from the stupidest thing I've done this week. And then I'm going to run at it and, attack. So,
Okay.
Am I close
It
enough
is-
to reach it? I suppose is the.
It is 60 feet away.
All right. Well, then I'll bonus action dash to get there and still stab it.
Okay. You get up and you attempt to stab it.
He scoots. Can I do a cool thing where I run up its body and stab it in the back of the neck or something? Or no, I could just barely get there. Yeah.
Yeah, it'd be a little tough to do something incredibly daring.
Sid imagines it. He's like, "Oh, it'd be so good," but he just settles for stabbing it in the abdomen. And actually, let's go ahead and spend a soup. Nope, we're not going to spend a superiority die. And I'm going to go ahead and that's okay. It's not great. How does a 16 do ya?
16 will hit.
Oh, wow. All right. Wow. And it's just me and this big fella. So let's go ahead and for now, yeah. Let's go ahead and do our thing.
Are you going to buckle its swashes?
I would love to. Thank you. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay. All right.
Sneak attack, huh?
Yo, yeah. Tried and true. Okay. Let's see here. It's going to be 5, 10. It's going to be 16. It's going to be 20, 24, 25 plus 6, 31 damage.
All right. You know this lunging assault isn't as effective as you want it to be. The moment your sword sinks up to the hilt in the flesh of this thing's leg, and you suddenly realize it is barely a physical manifestation of something, as your sword plunges in and comes out with almost no resistance. The shadows of its legs coiling and writhing, and it is only in that moment after the attack that you can feel the air around your skin prickling as though you've just been dunked in a pit of, like, mildly acidic water.
Yep.
Like a pool whose that's pH balance is, like, way off. It's just, like, suddenly itching all over you as you're in proximity with this thing.
Cool and good. All right. Great. That's me. That's my movement, my bonus action.
All right, that will bring us to Tirza.
Yeah.
Grawl on deck after the monster.
It's a good thing I'm all the way back here.
Balls. Okay.
And I'd just like to quickly remind everybody about those brand new feats I gave everyone, just in case you might need a little bit of extra oomph against this.
Should I roll a d4?
Yes, you should. That might be incredibly important, actually.
Oh yeah, please do, because one of us will get the extra
Ooh.
stuff as well.
I believe that means it's a cherish one.
Ooh.
Wrath of the Dragon.
Yeah. So
Yes. On a 2, you gain immunity to fire damage, and on a short rest, once per short rest, you can cast Fireball centered on yourself at 5th level.
And anyone with the Price of Faith also gains these effects.
Nice.
I'll let you know right now, I rolled a really sweet 65. So I'm pretty sure my expertise now in persuasion is going to help out a lot here.
Hey, stop that.
Okay.
Brushed it.
No one's ever asked before. Oh,
So
The trick was no one had ever asked before.
So, Mike, you're saying that I could spend one of my plot points to ensure that this awful abomination of a creature has heard of my exploits in the Royal. Is that what you're telling me?
Correct.
Okay, well,
I don't think you want that.
Oh,
I think
is that Sid Emberlight?
Damn, that guy's cool.
Does it mean he
I will-
thinks you're cool?
I will note the wording on that feat does not imply it is, like, positively affected by that knowledge.
I mean, that's just what my reputation does naturally.
Sure, that's
yeah.
fair.
Yeah.
So, with those feats in mind, Tirza, is there anything you would like to do on your turn?
Yes. I'm going to move up just a regular 30 feet.
Just a smooth 30.
Just a chill 30.
Mm.
And I am going to I'm gonna cast Compelled Duel.
What is this?
I like it.
Yes.
I like it.
On Sid.
Oh.
No, I'm kidding.
Whoa!
All right. Let's do this.
Actually, a lot has changed in the past 5 years. Me and the Nightwalker are actually on a team now. We're together now.
Lovers? Okay, yeah.
What's the saving throw this thing needs to make?
Wisdom.
Okay. That is a 12.
That does not do it. It is
Ooh,
compelled. It has disadvantage on attack rolls against anybody but me, and it must make a wisdom saving throw each time it attempts to move to a space more than 30 feet away from me. I don't know that that'll be a problem.
Okay. Anything else you're doing on your turn?
I don't think so. Oh, flip it off. No, I don't know. No, nothing else.
All right. What does your compulsion look like? What are you doing to provoke this thing's ire?
I think what happens is that I have like Mehen, because I still have my Jarshir shield on my back, and I think what happens is that like I just draw like gauntlet across it, and it makes like a horrible like shriek noise that just like attracts its attention. It sounds like it's kind of like a surasu kind of grating noise.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
The thing's too many eyes definitely like one after another, some of them in unison, others very much like delayed in this motion, like shift towards Tirza, and you sense all of its eyes drawn to you before the head turns, and then you can see all of its eyes looking at you. So it looks like its eyes can look through its own head in directions that it shouldn't be able to.
And she starts to laugh. And that'll be my turn.
And that brings us to said Nightwalker, this creature that lurks in this in-between place. As its attention is drawn towards Tirza, it almost dismissively walks over you, Sid, like taking a step just straight over your head.
Oh, yeah, I see how it is.
And it casually flicks a hand towards you in like this kind of like brushing off motion. Its long, pointy fingers kind of like barely even brushing or attempting to just like brush your face. There's no force behind this like movement, but it is still an attack, so it has disadvantage on it against you, which might be very good. Let's see. That is a dirty 20 to hit.
Just beats it. Just beats my AC.
All right. I need you to make a Constitution saving throw.
Sure thing. This feels important. I might use one of my plot points to give myself advantage on this roll, Mike.
That I would recommend that.
Yeah. Let's roll this one. Much better. Okay. That is going to be a Constitution saving throw. That is going to be a 17.
All right. You take 31 points of necrotic damage.
Ooh.
And because you failed that saving throw, your maximum hit points are reduced by that much as well.
Can I do Uncanny Dodge to have that?
You can have the damage. Yeah, absolutely.
I would love
you can.
to do
Good use
that.
of Uncanny Dodge.
Yeah.
So that is reduced by half. That would be 16 points of necrotic damage.
Sounds good.
So, hot tip, everyone. Don't let this thing touch you.
Sid
Or
throws
be
up
near
like
you.
inky black bile. Like, Oh, that's bad. Oh, that's bad. That's really bad.
But it is continuing to like stride away from you, and you can get an
Nope.
is
I just
uncanny
used
dodge
my-
a reaction.
It is
Yep.
reaction.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, so it strides away from you as it like brushes a hand across your cheek is what elicits that damage and that like horrible sensation.
Ah, God.
And with its other hand, it's going to reach towards Tirza as it just like casually walks up to you, its feet never really touching the ground, and like it moves in a weird sinuous way, so it's like its shoulders kind of like get out of the way of the cords so it avoids touching them as it like moves past your frozen friends, and it will like gently reach down and attempt to like touch you in the same way. And that is going to be, ooh, that's not a good roll, but it still has a 19 to hit.
That'll do it.
Okay.
You did say
I
you
would
took
like
your
you to
shield
also make
out.
a Constitution
I
saving
do,
throw.
but wait, that is a good point. That is a good
Shield
point.
adds
I
2
did
to-
just say I took my shield out.
Yeah.
Let me look at this really quick. Sorry, I'm so used to my ascension armor that I... Ba-doop-boop-boop. Nope. It hits me.
Okay.
Cool. You said con save?
Yes.
Cool.
17. Not enough.
That is a 26.
Oh!
26 will succeed.
Good.
So,
Glad.
you are still taking 36 points of necrotic damage,
Woo!
but it is not reducing your hit point maximum.
Cool. Oh.
All right, that is the Nightwalker's turn. That will bring us to Grawl and Gralso.
Okay, so how far away am I now from this? I think if it's at...
It moved up, so 30 feet.
So 30 feet. Okay, fantastic. Gralso and I are both going to move up. Gralso can go to the right of Tirza, and I will go to the left. I don't think I'll be able to get flanking just based on the size of this thing and getting around it. Right, I'll just come straight to it, and I will bonus action use my Hexblade's curse. So this thing is now cursed. And
Always
then-
was.
Oh yeah. And I am gonna use my halberd and roll for some attacks here on this.
Sounds good.
this-
Cherish, you are on deck, by the way.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Fantastic. 2 plus 10 is not gonna hit. So
No, it will not.
attack number 15 plus 10 is a 25 to hit.
25 will hit.
Fantastic. Love it.
It's
So
as Skrull hits it, its eyes like rip away from Tirza.
the important thing is my
It has enough eyes. It can look in lots
Yeah.
of directions.
I just mean Mike, the compelled duel like fizzles out.
So that's 13.
Oh, does it?
Damage.
As soon as somebody else hits it.
Ah,
I see.
interesting.
Okay.
The reason I was put it on is because I was like, there's a good chance. I've seen this thing stat block before. I knew there was a good chance that we weren't going to hit it the first time around.
18 plus 10, 28 to hit.
That will also hit.
Fantastic. 9 plus 10, 19 damage.
What was the first one,
Uh,
damage-wise? Sorry.
what was it? It's 13.
Okay.
And then Gralso will make his attack. He also wielding a halberd. Swings his 14 plus 10, 24 to hit.
Oh, yeah.
Perfect. And that is 17 damage.
Nice.
So 49 total damage there.
Okay.
But much like Sid, your attacks sink into this thing and like are stirring the shadow stuff that it's made of, but not dealing as much damage as you would like.
Bang it.
Yeah. And both you and Tirza are now feeling that weird, like, itching sensation all over your skin being near this thing. Sid, it has moved far enough away from you that, like, at a certain point you stopped feeling that sensation.
I mean, I still have bile coming up from when he touched me, so...
Oh, yeah, sure.
Yeah.
That part was bad.
Yeah, so I barely even noticed the itching is gone.
That will bring us... Well, assuming Grawl's done, that was movement, bonus action, action. So,
Yep. We're good.
Cherish, we are over to you with Ven on deck.
Okay. So I'm still like a little bit further away from this thing. Like
About 30 feet back, yeah.
about 30 feet back. Okay. So Cherish.
It is just past the central fountain, and that is, like, on the steps of that fountain is where Grawl and Tirza are attacking this thing.
Gotcha. So it is, at least for now, there is no danger of it interacting with the B team.
It has moved about, like, 20 feet away from them.
Okay.
This thing's arms are real long, so it's tough to say. You would have to say that, like, it's like 30 feet tall. Its arms are at least 15 feet long.
Okay. But in terms of like its trajectory is no longer for Camian's thread.
Yeah, it definitely seems more focused on the people who
Good.
are actively stabbing it.
Good. Cherish will let out just the most minuscule sigh of relief. And then as a bonus action, I am going to a pair of like shimmering golden wings dragon wings begin to sprout from her back. And I'm going to move my 30 feet of movement, like backwards up diagonal. And I am going to cast magic missile at the Nightwalker as a 5th level spell.
Cool.
Okay.
I rolled my
So-
d6 for my feat, and I got a 4, and I just blew all my 1st level spell slots.
Okay. So yeah, something that's been happening for a little while now, only recently has it, like, really become an issue, is that, like, every so often, at least once a day, sometimes more, something has been sapping Cherish's magical powers. You don't know quite what it is, but every time it happens, you feel both, like, drained of your magical energy, but weirdly invigorated by it. Like, you feel more alive every time it happens, but you also feel less capable in a strange way. It is this odd dichotomy that you've been sort of writing off up until this point as just, like, a nature of the hells, maybe? Because there's lots of weird shit that happens down there.
Yeah. Maybe that's just part of growing up.
Going to hell.
Okay, so let me roll the magic missile. Oh, no. Bad cat.
So let's see, with a 5th level magic missile, that means it is 4 plus 3, 7d4.
Yes.
Nice.
Okay.
Plus
So
7.
Each of those with a +1.
yeah, so 5, 10, 11, 12. $17, 18, 19, 23, and 26.
Nice. So, the bolts of force, what color are they now?
Yeah, Cherish's magic has started to it's still mostly gold, but there are like motes and traces and ribbons of crimson within the magical like emanations.
Oh.
Yeah.
Look, Cherish smokes now. She's a bad girl.
Yeah.
Those bolts go ripping through this thing.
I still have the
like-
cigarette in my mouth too. No.
All right.
How high up did Cherish get?
Man, kids, don't ever forget trigonometry.
Just what's your fly speed?
30 feet.
Okay. So you got up about like 20-ish feet.
Yeah, thereabouts.
And like looking around, you see the threads coming up all around you in the city of Stormhaven. But you get some height and are able to like see over some of the buildings, because this far out you are in the like westernmost district of Stormhaven.
Mm-hmm.
And the Dustwater district. As you are looking around, you would think that at least this high up you'd be able to see a little ways off into the plains to the west.
Oh, yeah.
There's obviously more city to the north and to the south, and to the east especially. But to the west, it would eventually like roll away, and like in the far, far distance, on like a very clear day, if you got a little bit higher up, you might be able to see like some of the crags of the like hills leading down into the drylands. Instead, you just see the city begin to start building back up in the distance.
Oh. Forever City.
And you like turn and glance to the east, where you see like the center of Stormhaven is like this built up keep of like the city center, and looking back to the west, you see like further in the distance, further away, a second version of that.
Weird.
But your bolts of force rip through the Nightwalker. It lets out like, for the first time, it lets out any noise, which is this strange like deafening absence of sound that suddenly surrounds it. Like Tirza and Grawl, your breathing is suddenly like muted as this thing lets out an anti-sound. Cherish, I believe that's it for you, so that will bring us to Ven.
What? Pardon me. What kind of check would I need to make to know anything about this thing?
This is some hardcore arcana.
Ooh, okay. I've got a +10 to that. Will this consume my action?
Depends what kind of information you're looking for.
Is it from here?
I'm gonna give this one to you
Where
for
is
free.
here?
Yeah, you have a +10 to Arcana. No, this thing is not from here.
I cast
You don't know where
banishment.
here is, but it's not from here.
I cast
you
banishment.
cast banishment.
Yeah,
Okay.
that'll do it.
What kind of saving throw does it need?
It needs to make a a DC 18 charisma saving throw.
Cool. Charisma. That's a stat this thing has.
This thing is brimming with charisma. That's why we're
I can
lovers
tell.
now.
Yeah.
All right. You... What does the spell look like?
I think that Ven looks around and sees all of this happening and reaches up a hand, and for the first time sees the sliver of stone held in his hand, and kind of at first just points it at it, and then starts like tracing lines in the air, and lines begin to appear around the creature, forming into like a gigantic version of this stone around it, and then it just solidifies and rockets into the sky.
The symbols that begin appearing are devastatingly familiar to the other four of you, because you've drawn them over and over and over again to close realm scars. And so then seeing them like replicated backwards and then solidifying into this form of this arching gateway that then crashes closed on top of this thing and then vanishes. And before it goes, it turns into this like pearlescent blue-gray as it seals closed and then vanishes.
Okay,
I like
we
you.
had that, but that was yeah, that's good. That's good. Yeah. Where did you learn? Who are you again? Where did you come from?
I'm Ven. I'm from the valley. A lot.
Okay.
Cherish will kind of like float back down. Okay, good. At least I think our chances were all right, but it's good that we didn't have to fight it.
Oh God.
Maybe
Yours
we
is
should
lightly
look
steaming
around.
in the background.
Perhaps we need to do a quick little, reconnaissance, that's the word, and figure out if there's more of them, right? Right?
I use a bonus action and gain a 30-foot hover speed and slowly begin to
let him
drift
go.
upward.
All right, there it goes. All right. Yeah.
Have any of you encountered people you recognize from the valley while you've been? I don't know where they're going, but
Ascending to heaven.
I was going to go look around.
have any of you encountered anyone you recognized from the valley? And
What, in the Royal?
yes,
Yeah.
Yes,
Oh yeah.
they're
Yes.
and how they don't quite remember.
not always
Or-
right.
Yeah.
Sometimes they remember. Ven is similar. It begs the question why they were able to bring us here, but
And how far away is Ven?
30 feet up.
30 feet up? And we
As you
trust
keep
her?
going,
I mean, is 30 feet high enough to kind of get a look around?
you don't quite clear like the city skyline. If you wanted to go higher,
You go a little bit
that would be
higher.
Okay.
It's
So
gently
Ven's like
floating
50 feet up.
like a balloon.
And why has this person brought us here? What is the purpose?
I don't
I'm
think
not
they
sure
did.
that they. I don't know if they know
He just said he did.
what
didn't he?
happened.
Mm,
Am I
no.
misremembering?
Yes.
Yes,
I feel
It's
like
okay, and I'll
did
pat you
say-
on the shoulder, just like
No. I think I'm pretty sure he said it, and what? He has powers similar to like what we used. Okay, we can't. How do we know we can trust this person?
there's Yarashir.
They shook my hand.
Is that a joke? Either
Which
one? of you is that a
one?
joke? Yeah.
either.
The first one was, so.
So there's just a lot of city in every direction.
As you get higher up, you can see that in every direction, and at a certain point even on the horizon, it begins to curve upward in a way. There is just more and more and more city. And like, as you look upward following the horizon, like, it looks like a solid color from where you are looking up. But if you were a betting boy, you would say that's just because it's so far away that you can't distinguish the texture.
We're in a cylinder.
There isn't.
I was going to say that, or we're on Halo, and then Master Chief is just going to come sliding in here any second.
Oh my
now,
god, I
fight the
hope it's
Covenant.
that one.
Yeah, me too.
It's a bit of a Mobius halo.
Mm.
So when you discern that, then, when you suddenly come to the perception of this iterative city, it locks something into place, which in turn unlocks memories. The city was always there, because the city was an imprint of something taken from outside. The truths you were shown by the hand which severed your thread showed you the nature of the cage that you had been placed in. It showed you the callous cruelty and disdain that the creature called Zenerva Arkantol had for the denizens of the valley. The term she and her guardian guilds would use would be, "It's for the best. It was the only way." At what cost? There's an arrogance to that is impossibly vast. To think she knew better. To keep thinking that. Over and over and over again. There is context that you have now that is a lot to process. But it's falling away now. Not the context, not the memories. Those are also there in vast multitudes. They will take probably years to sort through. What has been unlocked is a cage. You glance down at the 4 people arguing below you. Sid is gesturing up towards you. Tirza is making a half-hearted joke. Cherish stands to one side, sort of grumpily dismissive of this whole situation. Grawl just seems affable as always. They unlocked something. You're not trapped here anymore if you don't want to be, and neither are they.
I drift back down.
Just like a Mary Poppins landing in your midst.
Oh.
Do I need to catch you? Do I need to catch you? Or no, you got it?
No, I think I'm good. I think I'm good.
Welcome back. Yeah, we weren't talking about anything. What's going on?
We were.
I don't remember that.
I do. Great memory.
I don't know.
That's true.
We'll probably... I think that I owe you all a little bit of an apology. I have a sense that I did this somehow. I'm not sure exactly how yet.
So what you're saying is that you brought us here, right? That's what you're saying?
Yes, but you for the reason it was possible. I suppose thank you.
Technically, I am correct. Thank you very much.
Maybe half right. Maybe
Yeah.
half right.
I knew I heard something. Yeah.
I believe technically correct is the best kind of correct.
It's still correct. Still correct. All right. Yeah.
Fool's correct.
She sticks her tongue out at you.
Mike, can I manipulate the surroundings at all?
You have a class feature. You could probably figure that out.
Yeah. So I think pretty quickly that duplication city collapses in on itself to just the one.
The sky above you is lit with stars. Suddenly.
I'm sorry. I knew the valley so many times, and it was a little bit different every time, but it was always so similar. When you're trapped for so long, all the walls start to look the same. But I'm free now because of you four.
On the free now, is this a good thing or a bad thing for us? Because I just want to check you're not like evil. You're not trying to like destroy the world. We didn't just unleash some primordial thing.
I have been many things. I haven't always been a good person, but I haven't always been a bad person.
And
what? Tears' eyes flicker down really fast to the journal in your hand and flicker back up.
Which he still hasn't acknowledged the journal at all. And I don't know exactly what kind of person I am now because there's still so much. When you go back, I think you'll be back where you left from, but I can't guarantee that. So
where and when?
Probably, but I don't know if...
Great. Got that to look forward to. Okay, great.
Yeah, I need lunch. A lunch date.
Yeah, you should get ready with that sword. You were in battle, Tirza.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Oh boy. I know I'm going to see you all again, but it might be a long time for me, but it might not be any time for you. I don't know. This is all strange.
Mm-hmm.
Well, luckily, we're all pretty darn used to strange.
I've gathered. I'm Ven, and that's not the first name I've had. It's not the 100th or the 1000th, but I'm a person again, which is great. Really tired of being a book.
Just a quick glance to Grawl, then back at Fen. Mm-hmm.
Are you ready? I think I can send you back now if you want.
Just before you do.
Yeah.
Look. Yes, I do need to get back. I do have a lot to do. But I will say it is fantastic seeing all of you again.
Yes.
I'm sorry I was so agitated. I was doing something, but it is great. It is great to see everybody again. And
everyone write down their coordinates really quick.
I move around a lot, but I pop back into faded
mode. Hey, me too, but I also... Never mind, whatever.
Tirza I've been able to keep in contact with, but I'm glad that you and Grawl are alive. I haven't been sure.
I can help.
With?
I've got this book. Oh, wow, that's weird. It's weird looking at yourself. Here, and he opens the journal and starts flipping through. And the journal's not terribly big, but there are pages upon page, like flipping and flipping and flipping through the pages, and they don't seem to move any further through the book. Eventually lands on one and hands it over and says, put your name here. I can help with this.
This isn't a Death Note situation. I really love that play, but
Which version?
Oh God,
The English remake. Yeah.
with the famed
The live
actor
act, yeah.
Willem Dafoe.
This is a connection, a thread between myself and you. If you put your name here, and I can reach out.
Tirza will immediately step forward, and I'm assuming you have like a pen or something.
I hand you
I'm
a
assuming-
rock.
Ah, yes, writing in the old ways. Excellent.
I will like little kid style, because I'm not used to writing with a rock.
Like
Right.
it's vaguely pen shaped, honestly.
Okay. Then I'll write it. Write my name.
What color is the rock?
I think that the rock is a blue-gray porcelain.
Just look at it like, yeah, that seems about right, and I'll
Yeah.
write my name. And like just kind of hold the book in my hands and just like think about it for a second and then hand it back to you.
Not a big fan of signing things. Tends to bite you in the ass, but here we go.
Can I get a sense of this guy before I write my name in the book?
Why
I
wouldn't
already
you
asked
trust
thought
you
me?
a Death Note situation, and
I
they,
thought, and
he-
Cherish,
they legally have to tell me, or else it's entrapment.
It's,
Cherish
yeah,
will
I mean,
will take the book and the pen and kind of dryly say, "Oh, what's the matter, Sid? You don't like giving your autographs out anymore?"
Zing.
I mean,
Sid. Sheriff got you.
yeah,
It's just like old times.
fine.
Sid, give me an insight check.
20. Where's my insight? 26.
This person seems genuine. But that might be because this new person named Ven, are at a point in their existence where there might not be many other ways of being. For now, they mean what they say. If the cynicism of the world leaches into this new person in ways you can't predict, you don't know.
Yeah. This is what we got to do to get in contact with each other. So let's do it. Write my signature just larger than Grawl's, just a little bit larger.
It's really inefficient use of space. What if somebody else wanted to write there?
Nope.
There's only
For a lot
space
of
for I think 5 names. I flip to the next page and say, see here, look, this is how it works. And I just write hi in it, and then a little dash, and then write Tirza's name. And Tirza would hear hi in her head.
But not in her, like, internal monologue. It would be
Yeah.
in...
I'm assuming it
Ven's
sounds
voice.
like Ven. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, that's sort of unsettling, but useful. Only because I'm not used to it.
Wait, so how do we respond? We just think and just kind of does the thing.
And like I
Fantastic.
just hold up the page, and what Tirza thinks, the first 25 words Tirza thinks appear.
It's literally what I just said.
So, if you need to communicate, I can facilitate that.
How do we get in contact with you?
It's kind of a one-way thing. I have to check in for you to do it. But I can do this as much as I want. So, I can just check in once a day if you want.
That'll be much more efficient.
It will.
I'm pretty busy. You might want to do like a week.
Okay,
Me.
Grawl once a
Yeah.
week.
It's mostly the same.
Should we put Gralso in here too?
No, we kind of have.
I'm more of a face-to-face kind of guy. It's fine.
Oh, I
We're
forgot
also
you were
not-
here.
Yeah, that happens. His like gleaming golden armor
Yeah.
halberd over his shoulder.
Is this one like popcorn?
I don't forget you. Like, look at you. Look at you.
I know, thank you, bud.
Slap shoulder.
Slap shoulder back.
Yeah, but
This guy.
I don't know. I don't know what all is happening, but I know I'll see you soon.
All right.
Are you ready?
Yeah, let's do
Saddle
this.
Pull sword out.
And you're all
Then snaps his fingers. Their fingers. Most of you find yourselves back precisely where you were. Grawl, you're suddenly on the back of a hovercraft
Oh, God.
moving across a burning plain, another batch of Gralls in front of you, like letting out screams of panic as other royal craft behind you are opening fire. Explosions rattle the craft around you.
God.
obviously, I missed something. What are we doing? Who are we fighting? What are we? Tell me now. Eldritch blast! I fire one off into this. I don't care if anything's
A vehicle behind you explodes and goes rolling off into the fire.
going to be a good day.
Then you stand alone in this place. The distance is beginning to draw in. The blue expanse is growing closer and closer in as your mind focuses. There was a certain infinite possibility to the multitude of memories that swirled within you. The repeated iterative city begins to lose its expansiveness as you begin to coalesce. It becomes a sharper, more singular space. What does this blue-gray texture resolve into as it grows close around you?
I think Ven forms something more homey. The walls form in, there are floorboards beneath them. There are shelves and an open hearth. But there are windows to the outside that you can still see the valley out of. And there's a stairs that go up to a second story, and with a lurch, the entire place gives the sense that it is moving now throughout the valley. And Ven just kind of stands and watches as his new home slowly creeps throughout the valley.
And with a little bit of effort, the interior of this place bleeds and blossoms into color. Because you know not everything exists in shades of blue and gray. The outside, the landscape, is a little bit harder to focus on now that you're beginning to sharpen and coalesce and have active, ongoing thoughts that aren't just a maelstrom of memories compounding on each other. You can sort through those in the days ahead. For now, you're focusing on the here and now, making this space for yourself. So it becomes this study of your mind, still wandering the valley. Because can you ever really leave the valley? You don't know. Because when you leave this place, you know you'll be able to get back here, but you don't know what's waiting for you outside. All you've ever known is the valley, over and over and over again, and the few times you stepped outside of it, those were usually the last things you remembered. Eventually, the person who calls themselves Ven will leave this place. Whether or not they keep their promise to the 4 threadless heroes to keep in contact with them going forward, that is a matter that they will have to discover in the future. Because Ven, despite some appearances, is mortal, has a life. And life, as we know, is about choices. And now Ven has a choice. The 4 of you are in the Royal. That maelstrom of elemental surging plains, pushing to and fro, a combination of Shadowfell, Feywild, fire, earth, water, and air. Detritus from the multiverse finds itself here, and now part of that erstwhile planar trash is mortals on a whole, spilling out from versions of the valley from across history and space. But there is one figure out there who remembers every single version. And he remembers the 4 of you and what you did to end all of that. Somewhere beyond the fields we know here in the Royal, even though they are mostly unexplored for the time being, there's another blue-gray place. It is now empty, but for a single figure who stands there. She is a living fractal of crystals, given consciousness and will for her own purposes. She has been called the Old Mage. She has been called Zenerva Argentol. She's been called a great many things worse beside. She remembers the 4 of you and how you made a choice to destroy what she had strove so long to create, to maintain. You mortals had a choice. And maybe that was the problem. And I think we will pick up that thread next time on Material Components.
This fucking